future regulatory requirements, the efforts of global NAAs to harmonize control link certification, performance, and design standards. Basically saying there is a collective unit that manages radio connectivity around the world, and they are trying to make it that depending on whatever is using this radio link, they're trying to make it that it only runs at a certain amount of hertz or gigahertz and not beyond and not below that. We in South Africa, we know, so you probably don't know this one, 480 megahertz, but that is our lowest common hertz or frequency is 480 megahertz. But then these next ones you guys will know, 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz. Okay, we know those from our Wi-Fi. Why don't we have 480 megahertz of Wi-Fi?
Because what are you going to do with it?
Exactly. What the hell are you going to do with 480 megahertz of Wi-Fi? You are going to sit there, if you're going to download a movie, you're going to sit and you're going to wait the entire day for your movie to download.
It's like Windows 97.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it's like those shit back in the day. Oh, yeah. Okay. Your 2.4 gigahertz will download relatively fast, and your 5 gigahertz will download at maximum speed. Okay. Cool. So your technical aspects when it comes to ICAO, the things that they look at in terms of a strong C2 link architecture, again, the question is, what is the C2 link architecture? It's the build. It's the structure of the C2 link. Is it a strong link? Is it a weak link? These are the things they look at to identify whether it is a strong or a weak link. Number one, latency. What is C2 latency? Hint, the word is inside the word latency. Late. So therefore it is a delay. Okay? C2 latency is saying, if I push forward on my remote control, my drone is supposed to respond immediately and go forward. But if I push forward and then 10 seconds later my drone goes forward, that is C2 latency. Okay? It means the C2 link got to its destination late. It was delayed in getting to its destination. Okay, C2 architecture is actually just part of this whole system, but it's essentially the build of the C2 link. The issue with putting it here is, how do you improve the C2 architecture? Yeah, if you've got a system which is outdated in software, the update might do a very good job with improving the C2 architecture. But now let's say you've got an up-to-date drone and you need to improve the architecture more. What do? Stronger C2 link basically means it'll be able to reach further and it won't cut out as much. So I want a C2 link that is so strong that it will never cut out and it will be able to fly very far. What am I going to do? Answer is to change the hardware. The hardware.
Processor, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's why I wanted to hear what more you said, because the processor is not necessarily the case. The antennas are the case.
Oh.
That's true. There are propellers that can cut out C2 links, and you do get propellers that are designed, carbon fiber propellers that are designed to not cut out the C2 link. That is true. Again, it's a hardware fix. But the biggest, if we're not looking at any of that, and we just want to look at how we improve the C2 link itself, we just slap bigger antennas, stronger antennas on our devices. Okay, think of it this way. If you've got a small antenna like this, and you've got an antenna like this, which one do you think is going to reach further? This one, because it's got so much more force to it. It's shooting out like that. Okay, same thing if I've got a tiny speaker like this, and I've got a giant speaker like this, which one is going to play the louder sound? The giant speaker. And then your link transaction time. What is the difference between C2 latency and C2 link transaction time? Latency is where it arrives late. It's late to its destination. Okay. Okay. Transaction time is where there's a delay in actually sending. So you know, if you ever watched a YouTube video where you see the mouth move and then the words come?
I hate that.
Yeah, me too. That would be a lack of transaction time. Whereas latency would be buffering, I suppose. Latency would be the actual buffering of the video. Okay, cool. And then link availability, that is the link going to be cutting out if there are other links and other Wi-Fi, or is the link going to be strong, and we call it robust. Okay, robust just means able to deal with obstacles. Okay, is the link robust enough to be able to keep traveling even though there's Wi-Fi over here and there's satellite signals over here, maybe a pool of water over here, which we'll talk about as we get into it. Okay, and then your link integrity. Integrity, what does the word integrity mean? Yeah, how secure is it? Okay, your link integrity means this is where hacking comes into play. Is the link is it easy to distract the drone? Is it easy to cut the link out? Is it easy to take control of the drone via a different link? Is it easy for the drone to get distracted via a satellite link rather than the C2 link? That is link integrity. Okay, cool.
Specifically according to the registration number and everything, as you mentioned yesterday, identity number.
It's not necessarily according to registration, it's according to what you program on the remote. So if you have a Phantom 4 remote and you have two Phantom 4s, you can connect this remote either to that one, or you can disconnect it and put it on the other one, and then it will respond like that.
So it's from the remote to the drone, not that the drone automatically connects to any.
So that's the other thing, is that sometimes depending on what drone you're using, if you have this remote and this drone, and this remote and this drone, sometimes you might get a little bit of like overlap where this remote will, like for a second, take over that drone there. So it's always a good idea. You can fly the two drones close together, but the remote control should always be separate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Cool, guys. Break until 1:30.